Thomas's Signal, written by the Brighton Terrier. Poor Thomas the tank engine was worn out. He puffed wearily home after being dragged along by Gordon. The Fat Controller apologised to him. "We should have checked the coupling first, but I hope this has taught you not to be late with the coaches. You're not meant for the main line." "Yes, sir, I know, sir," said Thomas. Edward spoke kindly to him. "I could never go that fast. I'm sure after that you'll stick to your shunting." "Shunting gets boring," Thomas said cheekily. "I didn't get to see the line outside the station. It was all a blur. I want to see what's out there properly." "I'm sure you will someday," Edward smiled. "But what would happen to the trains without you?" Thomas knew his friend was right, but he still dreamed of leaving the yard. The little engine was sick, glaring up the signals on the gantry all day. They would go up and down, declaring to the big engines they were free to run down the main line. They would whistle and wheesh at Thomas, as if to say, "Off I go, ha-ha, off I go, ha-ha." Signals on the gantry usually never applied to Thomas. He had his own special shunting signals. One might think this would make him feel special. It didn't. An important engine like me should be allowed to use gantry signals. I know what I'm doing. One day, Thomas noticed his men with tools and ladders were working on the gantry. He watched them intently, and was delighted to see what it was. "A new signal for me," he whistled, "on the gantry no less." He was very pleased, and was soon told what it was for. "The signal allows you to go a little further up the line to collect trucks and coaches from the sidings," his driver explained. Thomas understood, and was very pleased whenever he got to visit the sidings. He felt very proud of them, and would always give a whistle to the signal box nearby. But he would still watch on as big engines passed him by, going further afield. Before long, Thomas was coming up with a plan to go beyond the sidings, without it seeming his fault. He tried to sidle past the sidings, but his drivers checked him. He then tried to hide behind one of the big engines as they were leaving, but the signalman caught him. He tried all sorts of tricks, but the men always caught him, and so Thomas decided, "If they won't let me go, then I'll just go without them," he said. It was early in the morning. He had been given the green signal for the sidings. When the fireman uncovered the trucks, this was his chance. Shaking his driver from the footplate, Thomas quickly steamed away. The signalman saw his crew chasing after him and set the signals, but Thomas just laughed. He carried on past them and into the tunnel, feeling very clever indeed. The little engine was enjoying himself enormously as he took in all the new scenery beyond the yards. He didn't feel so clever when he arrived at the next station to find the inspector, the fat director, and a bigger engine waiting for him. "Oh dear," Thomas thought, "now I'm in for it." The inspector jumped into his cab and brought him to a stop. "I do not expect my engines to abandon their crew and go gallivanting off as they please," the Fat Controller boomed. "No, sir, I'm sorry, sir," said Thomas sadly. "I just wanted to see what's beyond the yard, sir." The Fat Controller shook his head. "I'm sorry, Thomas. If I can't trust you to not leave your crew behind, I cannot trust you outside the yards." The bigger engine smiled smugly. "That'll teach you to wander onto my branch line." Thomas felt miserable and was taken back to the station by the inspector. For a few days afterward, he felt very silly, and glad none of the big engines had seen him. "They'd surely laugh at me," he wished to himself. As he sat by the signal gantry, gazing longingly towards the main line, Thomas wondered if the Fat Controller would ever trust him again, or if he would ever be allowed to take his own trains. He thought of the bigger engine, the one who could have his very own branch line. "I wonder if," he thought longingly. But we all know what happens next, don't we?